What is up, you guys? Welcome to episode 29 of the Align and Grind podcast. I am so jacked up for today's episode because, as always, it's exactly what I need to hear, what I'm currently working on, and I'm just super confident that it's going to help you so much. So today I'm going to share with you the number one simplest secret to getting to where you want to be in life. Today's episode is all about a concept called the slight edge. And by the end of today's episode, I hope you realize that there is not some complicated magical formula that you have to learn to get to where you want to be in life. So you can take some pressure off of yourself because today I'm going to break this concept down for you so that you can go out and apply it to your own life today. Like many of you listening to this podcast, I always want to be more. I want to do more. I want to have more happiness and fulfillment, more skills, to be a more skillful version of myself. And basically, just like you guys, I'm always striving to do better. And sometimes I tend to overcomplicate things on myself, and it can feel counterproductive, right? Like, how many times have you felt like you are showing up and pushing yourself, but you end up staying on this hamster wheel and not actually getting to where you want to be? How many times have you achieved success or progress and you're on cloud nine, right? And then boom, you lose it and you feel like you're back to square one. I can say that I can definitely relate to this, and that is why I'm so excited to share this concept of the slight edge with you all, because I've been there. I've put in the work, I've done the things, and I've gotten to these levels of success in my life, and then sometimes I lose it, and I'm like, what happened? So I am reading this book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, and before I dive into today's content, hit pause and go order this book. Unless you're driving, wait till later, but this is not an ad. It's just the book is that good. If you are trying to dial in your consistency in your habits and you're trying to show up even when you don't have the motivation, this book is just what you need. It's like a little kick in the butt, but it's a wake-up call, and I love it. So I chose this book because I recently felt kind of stagnant in my content, right? I was struggling to come on here and decide on what topics to talk about. And generally when I start to feel that way, it's because I'm not learning and I'm not expanding my mind enough. It's so easy to learn for a little bit and then we feel like we get everything we need out of it. And then we just kind of stop, right? And then we notice when that tank needs to be refilled. So learning does not have to be complicated, right? It is as simple as reading 10 pages per day on a topic or a skill that you want to learn more about or become better at. So simple, so easy to do, yet it's also so easy not to do. And that's what today is all about. Oftentimes, the things that will take us to the next level are not complicated. It's just the compounding small daily decisions and disciplines that will get us to where we want to be. That's it. Not some crazy formula, not another how-to book, not some secret that only successful people know. It's just small daily decisions and discipline. And that's it. And that's a very empowering place to be because you already have everything you need to be successful. Things as simple as reading 10 pages a day and swapping a cheeseburger for a salad. These things seem like small, insignificant daily decisions, but in reality, they are huge. So this principle called the slight edge, which I'm going to explain to you right now, is what today is all about. The first major point I want to share about the slight edge is that you already know exactly what it takes to be successful and get to where you want to be. You right now, you have the power within you to be anybody you want to be, but you have to do the things. All you have to do is keep doing the things that have already gotten you this far. So the best example I can think of right now, because I'm a fitness coach, is a fitness journey example. You know that to be healthier, you have to exercise and make better food choices. But how often do we see people lose the weight and put it all back on? And why does this happen? Well, it's because we stop doing the small things and making the decisions that led us to success in the first place. we get the promotion, we hit the weight loss goal, we get our house all organized, then we stop doing the things that led us to those desired results. And then we're back to square one. So the actions and discipline that got us the results we wanted were not complicated. We knew what to do. We ate a little healthier, we moved our body, we set aside a little bit of time to clean our house, we put in an extra hour a day at work. We were able to do those things and have success. But sometimes, I've been guilty of this too, we stop because, like I said earlier, those things are easy to do, but they are also easy not to do. But the good news is you have complete control over the direction your life goes through your small, daily, redundant decisions. That's where the magic happens. Sometimes working harder or trying to do more is not the answer. Sometimes the answer is just doing the things you already know how to do consistently. And get real with yourself for a moment with me. Are you really doing them? Are you really showing up and doing the things? Because this is awesome, because we don't have to go crack some crazy code or buy another how-to book, because we already know how to do a lot of the things that will produce the results that we desire. Now, obviously, there is a time to learn new things. I'm not talking about that right now. There are times where you need to step out and learn new things. But right now, I'm talking to the people that need to dial in routines and not overcomplicate their life to get to the next level. There have been multiple times in my life where I finally got out of survival mode and I started to head into the warm waters of success. And then without even realizing it, I would stop doing the little things that have gotten me there. And let me tell you, if you can survive, then you can be wildly successful. All you have to do is keep doing those little things that got you this far. But the thing is that the majority of people won't keep doing those things. So here's a little reminder to help you understand this concept. The things that take us from failure to success are so simple that it's oftentimes easy to overlook them, right? Things like taking a few bucks out of a paycheck, reading 10 pages a day, getting your workout in and not skipping the gym, right? Telling someone how much you appreciate them. It's these simple daily disciplines repeated consistently that turn into the slight edge. And I'm not knocking 75 hard at all. I love 75 hard, but the premise of 75 hard is you work out twice a day, no treat meals, you read 10 pages a day, a gallon of water, and people have insane results on 75 hard. But then what happens after the 75 days is up? They stop. How are you going to sustain a result if you stop? And I'm not saying you have to go as hard as you go for 75 hard, but I am saying those little habits that you started, stretching, working out, reading 10 pages, drinking the water, most people just stop doing them. So let's not be those people. Let's keep doing the things that got us the success in the first place. All right, the first ingredient to the slight edge is your philosophy. And this basically means changing the way you think about everyday tasks. Because no matter how many how-to books or podcasts, none of those things will get you anywhere in life if you don't have the right attitude behind your actions. And it's easy to change your attitude temporarily by listening to something motivational or uplifting, or by giving ourselves a pep talk, and those things are all great, right? But motivation and emotions do not last. You guys, emotions keep on moving. That is why they're called emotions, because they're always changing. So what if you're feeling positive one day about the steps you need to take to improve your life, but the next day you're just not that excited to get to the gym or read 10 pages of a book? Basically, what I'm saying is the attitude adjustment we all need to have outside of emotions and how we feel is a new philosophy. So my new philosophy to get to this next level of life from this book that I'm reading is do the thing and you shall have the power. Do the thing and you shall have the power. This means I show up and do the consistent, daily, simple actions even when I'm not motivated. That's the key. That's what I mean by philosophy. Your philosophy changes around what you need to do, and you realize that you just have to get them done, that you're not always going to feel like it or be super bubbly or chipper. And of course, you're going to have days where you're more motivated than others, but you get to the gym, you post the content, you record the podcast, you save a little bit of money, so on and so on, right? Successful people don't do something different or groundbreaking for the most part. They just do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. So the formula in the book that I wrote down is your philosophy creates your attitude creates your actions create your results, and your results create your life. So it all starts with your philosophy and how you look at these small, daily, everyday things, because they do matter. We oftentimes think that like the small things don't matter, but they do. So let's start by changing our philosophy on doing the small things and how important they really are, even when we don't feel like it. So another example the book gives is of two sons, and the father gives each son a choice: $1 million up front, or a penny that doubles in value every single day. One son chooses the $1 million, and it runs out very quickly, as you can imagine, and the other son chooses the compounding interest penny, and his brother thought he was insane, but the penny was the wiser choice. So listen to this example. On day 5, the boy had 16 pennies. On day 6, the boy had 32 pennies. By the end of week 2, the boy had $81.92. By a few days into the 3rd week, the boy had $655 approximately. By the 28th day, the boy's pennies had passed the $1 million mark. He started with 1 penny, and by day 28, it passed the $1 million mark. And by day 29, $2.5 million. And yesterday, on the 30th day, it exceeded $5 million. And today it topped out at $10.7 million. That is literally how our decisions in life compound. They start out seemingly small and unnoticeable, and we feel like we're not progressing, and then boom, out of nowhere, seemingly small, unnoticeable decisions turn into momentum and progress, and the floodgates just open. The same principle applies when we are not making the right decisions. Again, I'm talking to myself here. Sometimes we make little everyday choices that seem harmless and innocent, like sleeping in, watching Netflix, missing the gym, eating junk food, and without realizing it, they pull us back down toward failure. So the next thing I want to share about the slight edge is it is always working for us or against us. There is no neutral. Every single decision you make is either bringing you up or bringing you down. You're never staying the same. So our decisions are either pulling us up or down. That's it. And there is either simple, productive actions repeated over time that get us to where we want to be, or simple errors and judgment repeated consistently over time. It's that simple. And I can look at my life right now and be fully transparent with you guys. Some of the things that I'm dealing with or experiencing, it's just a result of simple errors and judgment over time that have led me to be kind of stuck in some areas. And I'm like, okay, well, it's time to turn it around. So that's why I'm reading this book, and that's why I love it so much. Most people don't stick with the daily discipline it takes to get to where they want to go because they don't look ahead far enough along the curve to see the results they are actually creating. So, for example, some people begin a fitness journey and they quit because they don't realize the result is right around the corner. And all they have to do is look ahead and realize that all they have to do is keep going and imagine where they will be if they just don't quit. It's literally inevitable. It's the same thing with every other area of our life, but we underestimate how our decisions today impact our future. So what you do today, right now, matters. You matter. Your decisions matter. Your decisions, no matter how small they are, they make a difference. So the results you want are coming. They are on the other side of your daily disciplines, I promise you. And just like that little boy's $10 million in the bank, that's what your decisions are compounding to. You might not notice it for a year, even 2 years, but holy cow, 5 years, 10 years, you're going to notice these decisions. So every moment of the day we are making choices, and those choices are either for better or for worse. So when I read this book, it really hit home with me. I needed to be reminded that I already have and know what it takes, and that my decisions do matter. And of course, we all have off days, and we all just need space and self-care some days. I'm not trying to beat you down, but I am saying, get back up ASAP, because it does matter. And the final point and actionable step that I want to leave you with for today is to master the mundane. Master the mundane. So for example, can reading 10 pages a day really change your life? It's so easy to do, but so easy not to do at the same time, right? It's so easy to skip and say, I don't have time today, I'll read 10 pages tomorrow. But if you read 10 pages a day to better yourself, that is 3,650 pages a year of life transforming material. That equals up to almost like 12 books or more. This absolutely makes a difference. Will not reading destroy your life? No, you're going to be okay if you decide to not read or go to the gym or whatever. But deciding to do these things, aka read the book, get to the gym every day, it will certainly produce major results in your life, even if you don't see them immediately, which, side note, you won't. So I want you to go out today and treat the little everyday tasks that are mundane and redundant like a big deal, because they are. This is your life. So if mastering mundane tasks and the slight edge is so easy to do, right, why doesn't everyone do them? And here's why. They are easy to do, and they are so simple that they're often overlooked, meaning they are also easy to not do. So literally the things that bring you from failure to success, that bring you to the next level in life, are so freaking simple that oftentimes we just overlook them and we don't do them. Number 2 is the results are invisible, especially at first. There is no instant gratification in life. We live in this like instant society, and that's just not how it works. So they don't immediately add up to success, right? Your actions aren't going to immediately show success, but they do matter. Sometimes when we don't get that immediate success or immediate gratification, we're like, man, like what I'm doing doesn't matter. Nobody's even noticing. I'm showing up every day, I'm doing the things, and I'm just not getting anywhere. And sometimes the results are too far in the future that they are invisible unless you look through the lens of the slight edge. So I want to challenge you all today to start looking at your decision through the lens of where your decisions are going to take you. Again, I'm talking to myself here. So if you're starting a fitness journey, instead of being like, oh my gosh, I've been at it for 4 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever, I'm not getting anywhere, try to put on a different pair of glasses and be like, look ahead of the curve, look ahead of this season and think, where is this going to take me if I just don't quit? They seem insignificant, but how many times do we say, what I do right now doesn't really matter? Right? What I do today doesn't really matter. I'm just having an off day. But let me tell you, what you do today and every day matters. So let's stop wasting time. Remember that the secret to the top 5% of the world's most successful people is that they mastered the mundane task and they just did the things. So all day, whenever you don't feel like doing something, whenever you're in a funk or whatever, you're unmotivated, be like, do the thing and you shall have the power. Do the thing and you shall have the power, even when you don't feel like it. Y'all, I swear I'm going to be saying this to myself like all day, but it's true. Like, do the things you need to do that you already know how to do. Stop trying to overcomplicate it and go get help here and advice here. You already know what it takes, I promise. So I want to leave you all with this quote because it's so good. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. That's so empowering because you are in control. You get to become whoever you decide to be, and that boils down to your small daily decisions. So you guys, I hope you are ready to go out today and apply the slight edge to your life. I might do a couple more episodes on this topic as I do finish up the book. And you guys can always message me, email me, DM me. Let me know what topics you want to hear about. Leave a review. I literally love to know who I'm talking to. It makes me relate to you guys so much more when you say, hey, that really helped me, or hey, I want to hear this. It's so awesome. So thank you so much for those of you who do that for me. And okay, so I know this book has definitely kicked me in the butt and has woken me up to the fact that I'm creating my future right now. It has reminded me that I have what I need to succeed, that success is for me and in my reach, and it's in yours too. That we already have the answers and the skills. We really do. So let's go out and master the mundane today. Let's boss our routines, our daily schedule, our health. Let's go out and be savages on the things that we can control, not worrying about the things that we can't control. Let's wake up early. Let's read 10 pages a day. Let's move our bodies and make good decisions for our health. Let's show up and master our daily routines and schedules. You guys, we got this. I'm in it with you. I'm always cheering you on. We don't need another how-to book. We just need to use a slight edge to apply all of the how-tos that we already know to our lives. Alrighty, you guys, talk to you next week. I hope you have the best weekend, and bye for now.